record. Oh, I can upload it after.
All right. Can see Sam's hand. Looks like Sam's Andying. Rotom has not shown hands yet, but he's loaded a deck. Rotom's going to be corping. Sam's running first.
Same bit of Andy Ash. Now it looks like a stealth Andy. And got a little bit of a Earthrise Hotel in there too.
Oh, good old stealth Andy.
Wonder who suggested that.
Let's see what I wonder. And Near Earth Hub. All right, so we've got a really boring match for you today, guys. We've got Andy and Near Earth Hub. And, oh, it is a Trick of Light Near Earth Hub. That's pretty interesting. I don't know that there's gigantic benefit to Trick of Light over Biotic Labor. It does force you to play some stuff. All right, so Rotom just shipped a hand, which had 2 agendas and not a lot of ice.
Well, what's this starting hand look like here? Oh,
looks like we can't see both hands at once.
yeah, I'm gonna have to try to figure that out very soon, since I got everything up and running again. Sorry guys for the long hiatus.
Well, Rotom starts with a Sweeps Week and another Sweeps Week. And then, presumably, he's going to ice somewhere. I would guess Shadow on HQ.
Isn't that the dream start right there? Just double sweeps?
In Philly Regionals, Jesse Merlin, Jerklin went double sweeps against me as Andy in the finals, and then I went triple account siphon.
Ah, yeah, I saw that. I was watching that video. You forgot to put down the Desperado to get extra value, you know.
I think I had a reason to not play the Desperado.
How did you?
I think I made a run on my 4th play. But it might have been a mistake. I don't remember. Maybe I did just forget.
That's all good.
Whatever. Alright, so Andy starts off in a little less an exciting way. Oh, wow. He ices R&D, but not HQ. That's interesting. So he's not afraid of the siphon. I guess with 21 credits, he's just going to say, all right, you can have your siphons. Instead of having siphons now, I guess Sam is just going to run at HQ.
I guess that also makes sense because Roto had close accounts in hand, so in case if he tried to do a tag writing, he could just immediately just remove that money from the game, right? I
don't like playing Katie Jones without putting money on her. I think this turn I would have maybe just gone Desperado, run HQ, Katie money on Katie, and then discard rather than get the Data Sucker. Mm-hmm. I think the Data Sucker counter value is significantly less than, you know, the putting money on Katie Jones value, which is worth 3. Mm-hmm. He's going to have to make the discard either way if he's going to make the run. I guess he would have to. I guess he would have 1 click left after that, and he wouldn't have anything to play.
Yeah,
it could be. I guess it's a little more awkward to play the Katie. He could just not play Desperado. Actually, he could play Katie, money on Katie, Data Sucker, and then like click for credit or something. I don't know. It's sort of an awkward hand.
Yeah, it was definitely an awkward hand, but I mean that's what happens when you mulligan into it, right? Sometimes
yeah.
The hand just extremely weird and janky to go with.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, Andy does it better than most runners, but
having a bit of a trouble.
Are we having some technical difficulties?
They're just saying it has an F12 yet, but I think you just push through the notification, just like, Yeah, just go through it. Shouldn't to be a problem.
Yeah, maybe it's because I started the game.
Oh, that probably is why. Probably think this is your turn.
Alright. Rotom draws a card, and it's a hedge fund, and another one is Daily Business Show. So Daily Business Show is going to be a good one to install now, I think. Mm-hmm. Interesting, he chooses the Ice HQ. Oh, I guess he drew 2 cards that turn? Yeah, draw. Install. Okay, so if he installed Daily Business Show, he would have had to discard. So he avoids doing that for the time being. Instead, puts the pop-up on HQ. And Sam just goes for the value run on archives. All right, so here's I guess the synergy with the Trick of Light is that you get to play Shadow, and that turns on closed accounts. So another reason why I guess he would leave HQ wide open on turn 1 when he has all that money is because he has the ability to answer with closed accounts and he siphons him.
Yep, makes sense. So I guess he's running archives 3 times and he stops on a West Hotel. Maybe that's the idea here.
I think you want to put money on Katie here. He had 0 credits at the end of his turn, didn't he? Yeah, so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this isn't bad. Didn't need money.
2 daily business shows.
But now, yeah, these daily business shows, they're not the kind of card it's not the card you want to let stick around for too long. It really gets out of control. It's sort of like, it's similar to a pad campaign, but it's slightly better. Mm-hmm. Usually, I think you want to let them get 1 use out of it if it's not protected, and then go trash it after.
Yeah.
Because the 1 use, I don't think, is worth 2 credits. So you do want to let them do that. Mm-hmm. So he installs there, draws an Eli. Now I guess he's got to decide whether he wants to play another daily business show and hedge fund, play another daily business show. He's going to use the Eli here, and then probably play hedge fund. Mm-hmm. Eli on R&D. You could play the other daily business, but you want to get value out of your Nearest Hub ability, and at the same time, I don't think you want to show the runner that you have 2 of them necessarily yet.
That's fair. And also just kind of maximizing your card draw.
Yeah, of course.
Draws another Katie Jones, draws another Dad Sucker.
Well, I think the second daily business show in play isn't as good as the first one. So you're actually okay if the runner, especially when the runner is like a little bit poor, like right now, if the runner goes and trashes the first one, you just drop another one.
Yeah, exactly.
That may be better than if you just drop 2 and the runner just ignores them all. I'm not sure, though. I mean, it's not something, you want to let stick and play from turn 3 to the rest of the game. It's going to be pretty valuable. Ooh, Ice Wall, too.
Yeah, you know what? During Canadian Nationals, one of the Montreal players that I played against in the top 16 played this style deck, and it was actually extremely effective. Like, just moving away from the biotics and just having this option, because you always have that out about getting it. It's a lot cheaper than having the money for biotic labor, right? And also play secondary also for ice defense.
Well, it's not actually really any cheaper than biotic labor because you have to spend time advancing twice. Well, I guess it is because you move them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is cheaper than biotic labor.
And also has the secondary function also defend your centrals too.
It does allow you to threaten it when you're low. And Sam, I think, wisely goes after this daily business show. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, if he's doing the security testing thing and he trashes all the assets, now that Archives is iced, he might have a little bit of trouble. I'm not sure I love the Archives ice there. You could have iced the daily business show and it would have been okay, I think. You could even ice the HQ if you wanted. Mm-hmm. But it looks like Siphon's not going to be too big of a deal, at least in terms of denying the corp economy. Although it would give Sam a good deal of money. And he sees the second daily business show on his HQ access. Does not trash. That's a tough decision, I think. But at 5 credits now, yeah, he wants to install this Earthrise. Sam draws, or Rotom draws Enigma. Where do you think you put that?
I think you would ideally want to put it on the HQ at this point because, I mean, Pop-Up Window is $1 is nothing. Desperate kind of negates it, and you're giving him 2 sucker tokens at it, so just kind of putting up a bit of resistance is important.
Well, depending on this deck, I mean, we do see Eli, but beyond that, with 2 data suckers in play, it might be the case that you actually just don't care. Now that you've drawn this Project Beal, I think icing HQ is prudent. Yeah. Before, I might have considered just not playing the Enigma at all, because you don't actually really desperately need it when all you have an NAPD is all you have is an NAPD in hand. I think Enigma HQ here makes a good deal of sense, and he's gonna go for it.
Yeah, he's got another Eli, so that's could be another bit of resistance that's good for him.
Yeah, for R&D. I mean, once NEH scores that first Astro, I mean, yeah, you can poke at HQ, but fast track means that you might not ever see the card out of HQ. You know, they could just tutor it and score it right then. Security testing comes down. So now that security testing is there, I'm not actually sure that he wants to trash this daily business show. I think I might leave that daily business show around until maybe, you know, something less powerful like a marked accounts comes out. Then you can go trash it and start security testing something else.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you because right now it's nothing scary that's happened before. No Ashes go to Discord and just kind of getting a feel for it. I mean, he already has the money, 20 credits, so it's. I think you just need to be able to catch up at this point because the runner's behind in terms of.
So this is actually pretty interesting. I just noticed that this is a stealth deck, but it has data suckers in it. Is it possible that he's just going off Ghost Runner and Silencer? Maybe he's just playing Switchblade and no Refractor.
No, that's probably. I mean, my kind of opinion on it has been so far is like, you can only release true support one stealth. I know you've been able to make it work with two, but I think working with one stealth is a good idea if you're especially doing data sucker. So I think it might be worth it. Maybe he's just doing the one.
Well, if you're playing two stealth, you need cloaks.
Yes,
There's no
exactly.
question about that.
Yeah.
Because you need to have more than Ghost Runner as support for Refractor.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess Data Sucker supports Refractor okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's not too many code gates that are over 5 strength, right? So I mean.
Right. Yeah, actually, most of them are 2 and below. You actually don't need a whole lot of stealth credits to support Refractor. But I guess we'll see what the code gate breaker is later on. You go security testing archives. That's going to be an ice wall. I think the wise play would have been to play Corroder first, because it's either an ice wall or a shadow. And shadow, you just run through it regardless of whether you have Corroder in play.
Login rejected.
And if you play the Corroder first, now he's just going to play the Corroder now. That's just a waste.
Yeah.
And it's 2 clicks left, so he's going to click for 2 credits functionally on the Data Sucker tokens or 1 Data Sucker token by breaking his ice wall and going on security. And then presumably he'll spend his last click on Katie and discard Desperado. So Andy, a little bit off to a slow start, but he's got all the economy. He didn't have a lot of burst to start, but he's got Katie and testing going now, so should be good for the long game, as long as Rotom doesn't just score an Astro and start training him. That daily business show is going to find them quick, though.
Yeah.
Is that so? Now R&D is Shadow Eli, I guess.
Well,
and there's an
the Astro. Well, we're getting the first score out here.
Seen it all before, ladies and gentlemen. There's the Astro and the Fast Advance. Although this is Trick of Light, so it's slightly different. Matrix Analyzer, no way.
What is this?
Do you think he's got any type punishment besides close accounts?
I don't know. I feel like he's already put so much stack in terms of putting advanced in there that no, I think close accounts is just the one thing he has.
He could have like 1 psychographics or something.
Maybe, but then maybe you want to put in mid-season stuff and make it consistent. I don't know.
Maybe. I think there's a lot of tagging ice though. Like he's got at least 1 shadow and a Matrix Analyzer.
You know what? I actually kind of like Matrix Analyzer because he's always going to guarantee a clickless advancement count on something on a server that's being pressured, right? So it's really
definitely good. No, it's obviously got some merit to it. All of the ice, actually, except for Matrix Analyzer, which has an on-counter ability, is pretty good. Like Toll Booth, pop-up window. Stuff like that is. I mean, it's just great because no matter how the runner is breaking it, they still got this other thing to deal with it. Unless you're famming it or something, it's going to be a pain. Mm-hmm. The problem with Matrix Analyzer is that its 1 sub is pretty weak. Only Trace 2 outside of making news. Yeah. I mean, that's just it's just like a sort of like another weaker pop-up window. And if they're ignoring the tags, it can be
Login rejected. Login rejected.
All right, so there's the Eli. Doesn't want anything to do with that, I guess. See, I'm not exactly filthy rich yet.
So sorry, guys. And now switch over for you.
He installs Ghost Runner and puts money on Katie. Discarding another Earthrise. So the Earthrise is out, but 2 special orders, an account siphon, and an R&D interface. And that's pretty much all you need against Near Earth Hub, right? Like, he's 2 other breakers, whatever they are. Play his RDI. And now it's just a matter of whether he can race it, which I think will be a little bit difficult. So no second Astro off the DBS means that Rotom is probably going to hold off on using that Astro counter on the Beal right now.
It's just scary for the runner at this point because he's kind of on a clock right now, and whatever he's set up at this point is usually what you kind of got to run with at this point to kind of get stopped, and then you have like 3 unres pieces of ice on the centrals. It's
right.
Just like you don't know what you can possibly run into, so it's pretty terrifying right now.
All right, so Matrix Analyzer goes over R&D. I guess shutting off testing. Do we know what what this ice is? I guess we're about to find out, right?
Yeah. It's not Enigma. There's a second line on the outside.
Oh, another Shadow B.
Well, subs are gonna fire.
Yeah. I think you just pay through the trace here, assuming that he doesn't pump it. What click is this? This is click 1, so no big deal. It might be good for Rotom to pump this trace by 1, because then it gets he doesn't reinforce the trace. But I think a reinforced of 1 is pretty good. He's probably gonna just pay it. So you can functionally just trade one credit for 1 credit, which will stall the game a little bit, which is good because he's got the Astro scored already. So I think if I were there, I would have pumped it by 1. I remember there was like a thread in StimHack League about how either traces are boring because you either just don't pump them or you pump them as much as you possibly can or as much as you need to. And I think this is one of the interesting cases where you actually do want to pump this trace.
This is security testing now. The question is, does he try to come back in the server and trash it, or does he continue trying to
I don't think that's advisable. Not to take this tag. You've got Katie Jones' security testing in play. You got it's just going to cost you so much. I mean, it might be what he needs to do. He could.
Yeah,
he doesn't have enough clicks to special whatever it is and take Katie off and run it. So I think you can go after it next turn after you get this. Yeah, it is Switchblade. Unfortunately, without any
silencers.
Without any silencers, he's just going to be running. It's pretty awkward. You could just run through that Shadow, and it's almost less taxing than if you used your 2 out of your 3 Ghost Runner credits to get through it.
Yeah.
And then he chooses to install the Switchblade on his last click. Not a bad move. It does compress a little bit of work. Still no Astro, but a second Trick of Light means that Rotom's going to be able to just fast advance this Beal without using the Astro counter if he wants to. He could also just score it right now if he's afraid of a legwork or something. But with the Enigma on HQ, it looks like it's at least a turn away.
Yeah, I'm not too scared of it right now, to be honest. So maybe just advancing some ice would be pretty valuable for him right now. Just kind of scare the runner into pulling out his tricks to see what he would do.
Yeah. I think advancing here isn't bad. I mean, you could maybe you just want to use the Astro counter though. So Trick of Light's still in his hand. If he uses the Astro counter now, it gets the Beal out of his hand. And then he'll still have the Trick of Light. It's possible that you want to hold off just because you don't want to be drawing the Astro off the Beal, because that'll leave Astro in your hand for 2 turns. Rotom actually down to 13 credits, so despite the turn 1 double sweeps, no more economy after that. I guess there was a hedge fund, but he's not exactly filthy rich. If he had to res another Eli and the Matrix Analyzer and the Enigma, He'd be down pretty low. Ooh, a clear.
Surge.
Huh. I don't know how much I like that at all.
I wonder what he's scared of though. Maybe he's scared of parasites? I mean...
Out of stealth? Seems pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
I guess if he's not playing Refractor.
I mean, just from the corpse side, he still has one free MU floating, so maybe there is that fear, so maybe that's why he opted to do that.
Sam draws a card and finds Earthrise Hotel. I think this is the point in time where we should be figuring out exactly what the code gatebreaker is, right? He's just going to take a credit and put money on Katie, I guess? This I don't.
We could find out by looking at the deck.
We should draw a card rather than take that credit, I think. Despite 2 cards coming in off of Earthrise, just card selection is better enough than clicking for 1 right now.
Mm-hmm. Draws 2 pop-up windows. I don't know which card he chose, though.
So Sam continuously dodging the second Astro Bullet. He chooses a pop-up window. Very interesting.
Clinch is in chat. So he likes to be stream next. If you're in touch with Ben, we can get them to do the Finding the Grudge match.
Is Kalimsha in chat?
Yeah, Clinch is in chat, man.
Oh. We should have played. I'm still interested to find out what this code gatebreaker is going to be. I think that it's possible that the best one is just Passport right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with the Astro already scored, and, like, no ice on the remote. Ooh.
Oh.
And there's the Astro. So what do you do now?
Spicy.
What do you do here? Legwork is very scary to me.
You know what? I think you have to draw attention away from HQ. Maybe what I would try to do is just like put down the NAPD and try to advance the lunch. Just kind of signal to the runners like you have to deal with this. Because I'd rather trade off the NAPD so that I can try to score an Astro.
I think you've just got to like. That's actually not a bad idea. It's just a swallow static. I think I would have. What did he do? Take credits?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. I would have advanced there, I think. He's got the Trick of Light. Oh, and Sam just naturally draws the Zool and the Silencer. Unfortunately for him, there's no legwork here. And with Rotom at 15 credits, he's not going to be able to stop Fast Advance with Siphon. Although he does go for it here. I guess he'll be removing tags, but man, it's not looking good.
Nah, this game's looking pretty tough.
You sort of have to bust these tags here.
Did the runner see the close against earlier, or?
I don't think he's seen it yet. No. So it's possible that he floats the tags. It seems crazy to float these tags though.
Oh, it took
like he's got money on Katie. I mean, I guess he could take money off Katie, and then all he has like left is Earthrise. Assuming that he didn't have closed accounts, it's sort of close, but you don't know that he's not playing. You also saw a shadow already.
Yeah.
Once you see a shadow, it's like you're not like you gotta think that he's got something.
Yeah, you got some kind of trick up his sleeve. What a draw! Instead of this time double pop-ups, double NAPD.
Double NAPD. That's not good for him, but it's actually not the. Oh, he's actually gonna take the draw here. I don't know how much I like that. I guess it's possible that NAPD is actually safer in archives than it is in HQ right now because of legwork. But Sam is only on 9 after removing all that stuff, so it's like even if once he gets into HQ with a legwork, he might not even have enough to steal both. And he does choose the bin 1 NAPD, so I like that.
Yeah, because security testing is going on to archives, so draws the Sure Gamble and another Siphon to the Earthrise Hotel.
That's pretty good news for him. With Rotom at 6 credits, I guess he'll go up to 7 from the pop-up. But it does do a pretty good job of putting him off. 2 is enough to score that Beal, though, right off the bat.
Yeah. The nice thing is he does have a silencer now, so at least if he wants to do some free security testing, he can get into through the shadow. But I don't know if it's too late at this point, to be honest.
Well, it'll still cost him one ghost. Oh no, because he can data sucker it down.
Yeah, he can Day Sucker and then silencer, right? So.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, I think here it might be good after removing these tags to actually just go trash this DBS right now.
Yeah, it's getting pretty scared of this DBS. Oh, but that's it.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not sure that this game will ever need a silencer. The only Astro. The only did he draw the other Astro?
He drew the other Astro and breaking news.
Well,
opts not to draw this time.
That's gonna be. I mean, that's gonna be as good as game, really.
This is tough. No credits. Has an RDI, but we know he's thrown down, what, 2 agendas at the bottom? No, 3 agendas. He threw down, what, a Beal, an APD, and a Breaking News, and he threw an NAPD into Archives, so it's really tight to even do an RND dig to try to find something.
Yeah. I don't know that it's going to happen. But he is on 0 credits, and... Alright, so this I like.
Yeah.
He does go to trash here.
No, well, yeah, it's a trash, right? Yeah, dirty laundry.
I think you want to use a data sucker rather than a ghost runner here, yeah. I don't dislike this play.
No, I don't like dislike it whatsoever.
I think after this, you want to be you're out of Earthrise draws. So I think assuming he's got 2 legworks in the deck, I think you actually want to draw a card. Then you're gonna want to play RDI and run R&D. I think. You could just do this first. This is fine. The order on this doesn't make too much of a difference. Seeing as Rotom's on 0 credits. Just gotta hope for no double pop-up window. Which,
well, we know the pop will be 1 pop-up's over here on the
and
the ones at the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
So.
We know what this is. This is Eli Shadow, so it's no res. And let's see how hard this race. Let's see. He's gonna need to hit like 2 agendas here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 2 Beals and 2 Breaking News both still in the deck. But that's a double miss.
That's a double miss.
I think you have to draw here. Yeah, he draws. So now, depending what Sam saw on the top, that will inform him. All right, so Tollbooth is totally dead. He's at 0 credits. He's never getting up to score that. He goes ahead and installs Pad. He does not want to draw a card here. I don't know that you don't want to... I guess he doesn't want to draw a card because it gives more R&D accesses. But Sam's got to think there's a pretty good chance there's an agenda in HQ. So I think he just actually just needs to draw cards. He's already seen 1 card off of R&D, so he doesn't need to go back there now. He goes for sure gamble. All right, so this is if he goes for HQ twice here, it's not bad. All right, well this is a mistake for sure. You don't need to go back on this R&D. You've already seen 1 of the cards. I guess you could hope that he doesn't have any agendas in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, you hope, but to be honest with you, it wasn't a lot of movement. He's, rotos through more than half his deck. But he definitely has more agendas than just the 3 Astros, I think.
All right, well, he does go for HQ, so he's got a 1 in 5 to not lose this turn.
Here's on last click, too, eh?
Here's on last click, that's fine.
So just 1 run he gets.
He saves some money for Enigma by running last click.
Touches an NAPD.
But that is not good enough.
That's not good enough. That's not what you want. My Conan one is like, please miss.
So this is a pretty interesting build. I don't dislike it.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see what Sam had in his deck. Let's see. Did he have Legwork in his deck? He
Yeah,
did.
he has two. All right,
He's
so
bottom 6 cards. Oh, I was some okay.
I think if I were knowing that the top card of R&D was not an agenda, I think as Sam I would have gone for HQ twice. It does give up 2 to the pop-up window, but if you're gonna draw, gamble, run, I think HQ twice is a little better.
Yeah, I mean, just once again, it's just another case of where the business show is just so strong and just how much it just gives so much draw power control to the corp here, and sending 3 agendas to the bottom just makes our RDI just not useful.
Well, was it 3 that went to the bottom? He put down
went to the bottom. He put as I mentioned, he put down a Beal, he put down a
An
NAPD, and a breaking news.
put down a breaking news, really?
Yeah. When he drew the Astro,
I see.
He drew the Astro.
The last Astro was a breaking
exactly,
news.
Yeah.
Some chatter about Siphon being. Apparently, Sam wasn't playing Siphon for a little bit.
Oh, really?
I don't think I can ever agree with that. I agree that Siphon is sometimes not the best card, but if you're creative with how you use it, I think it's always good. You have to be willing, I think, in certain metagames to run Siphon into Unres Ice when you don't have your full Breaker Suite out. You also have to be savvy about when you time it. Sometimes you have to plan to float tags, so you have to like get a lot out of your resources, then float tags with the Siphon.
Yeah.
But I think against HB Glacier, Siphon is actually pretty fine. It's not very good in the